Cowboys.
That's right. Shing! I don't think that's going to happen.
It will.
I'm putting things on Casey already. Hello. Good afternoon. I'm John Farnsworth.
And I am Devin Ritchie, and
That's
we
right.
are your hosts on this dream journey today.
That's right.
Through the news and through our entertainment recaps.
Yeah, sort of the collective imagination of the nation, really, is what we think of this show.
Yeah,
as.
we're like a Sherpa for the news.
Anyway,
As
if
a
you've watched the
journalist.
show before, thank you so much. If you tune in for the first time, also thank you.
Welcome, welcome. We
we're
are here
here
every
at,
Tuesday.
Our Wicked Lady here in Bushwick.
Oh, beautiful.
One of our favorite venues. Yeah.
Got this great neon behind us today.
And as always, we're joined by our other friends,
Collective Arts Brewing.
And we're drinking the Life in the Clouds New England Style IPA today. Casey, you got yours back. Let's give these a crack and
Rockin'.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
a
good.
crack. This is honestly the beer that I order when I come here.
Yes,
When it's
absolutely.
open,
Yeah. This is a great
Oh,
standard
boy.
drinking IPA.
We've got a great show planned for you today.
Can't wait to get into the news, the top stories. That's kind of a segment we always like to start out with. I cannot wait.
Yes.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into the news. Wait a minute.
Oh my
Wait
God.
1 second. This never happens this early
Oh
in the
my
show.
God, you're kidding
This
me.
is wild. But ladies and gentlemen,
we're being visited by an extremely rare bird. You might have
Oh my
seen this in the
God.
news. This is the yellow king penguin.
it's just it's a yellow penguin. It's a yellow
It's
penguin.
only been seen one other time in the world except for right here, right now. That is incredible.
That
it would
is
be here.
wild. So it's kind of a newly discovered penguin, or it's a penguin with a condition?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not albinism.
No, it's not. It's not albino.
It's lucite.
It's leucism.
Leucism.
Devin also
Leucism.
famously suffers from that.
I have leucism.
So that's sort of like not the no pigment. It's like just like a little
yellow
less.
one.
It's a less, so it changes the color of what you would be.
I also
Crazy.
saw a green capybara last week. But these are extremely rare. They're on the island of southern Georgia.
South Georgia, yeah.
South
found
Georgia.
there like on a weird expedition. Crazy stuff.
Yeah. So what a spectacular looking bird. I'm going to mark that one off my bird
God,
calendar.
there he goes. Yeah, that's a big
Bye.
mark off. I can't even believe
Fine,
we
get
got
back
that.
home. Get back home to Georgia.
That's incredible. Up top on the program too.
That is wild. So,
All right, well,
if you guys know, we usually see some birds in the show.
They always come by, but that early.
We just
God,
never know when they're going to stop
what
by
a
for the
treat.
show.
All right,
right.
well, let's get into our opening segment.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
These are the big news stories of the week. All right, everybody.
It's time for
Hot Topics.
Woo! There's a graphic flying in his music. All right, folks. Well, last week, millions of Texans found themselves without heat or electricity in the middle of one of the most extreme winter storms in their state's history. And since everything's bigger in Texas, Senator Cruz took the opportunity to screw up big time. With his constituents freezing to death in their homes due to preventable fucky boo-boos on the deregulated Texas power grid, old Booze Cruz was spotted, and you can't make this stuff up, flying to Cancun. He really said, "My children, when you saw only one set of footprints in the sand, that was when I was hitting the salsa bar at the all-inclusive."
Now, in the ensuing outrage, the good senator did what any Republican politician would do and blamed his daughters. Will this ruin him politically? Hard to say. He thrives on being a greasy weasel, so this may not be enough alone, but when you add this to the massive electric bills voters are being saddled with by state energy companies, hopefully Texas voters will take him off the grid sooner than later.
Got him. All right, moving to off-planet news. On Thursday, America's favorite nerds at NASA successfully landed their newest remote control toy car, the Perseverance rover, on Mars. Woo! We
Nerds.
love that. In the newest installment of Bleak Things Mars Rovers Say, the first tweet from Perseverance was a picture of the Martian landscape with the caption, "Hello, world. My first look at my forever home."
That's right. The Perseverance, I don't like the name really, has already sent back its first images from the red planet, and I'll just come out and say it. Mars looks like shit.
Looks like shit.
If I wanted to waste away alone in a barren desert hellscape, I'd move to Winnemucca.
Woo!
Okay, Nevada. It's a Nevada bird. The rich better head on up there now before we eat them.
Yeah, speaking of awful billionaires, it looks like this week Mark Zuckerberg, Zucky, and Facebook unfriended, or at least like soft blocked, the whole country of Australia. That's right, Australian news companies, in conjunction with their government, decided that they should receive revenue for their stories being shared on the social media giant, which, that seems completely fair.
Yeah.
Facebook's response? America's favorite game show, delete
their
pages.
pages.
That's right.
Hey, it's not the first time a company that doesn't do anything has refused to pay for work and held people hostage. In fact, that's, let me see. Well, that's almost all of them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this led to vital government and public health resources like vaccine information centers and emergency response pages being temporarily shut down. All in a day's work for the lamest supervillain alive.
To the Pacific Northwest, where last week armed Portland police officers
awful.
were seen guarding a dumpster of thrown out food after a massive snowstorm. Tough to satire, this one, folks. Casey, go ahead and move us to DEFCON 1 on the failed state meter.
Yeah.
Look, I like making fun of dumpster diving Portland types just as much as the next person, but I don't believe in shooting them or even stopping them. That's the garbage. Let them have it.
In Alabama, Amazon is offering $2,000 checks to employees to resign before the upcoming union election. This is part of an ongoing plan to sow chaos in the factory ranks ahead of the historical vote. But this is next level. Jeff is looking so desperate. It's embarrassing. We stand fully with those factory workers and hope they remain unwavering. Unionize your workplace today.
Go get them. Finally, in radio news,
This is so sad.
one man's passing last week loomed large over the American psyche, and Tall Boys would like to go on record with our official statement about his life.
Oh,
He's
He's
fucking dead! He's dead, right? Come get your
Oh.
come get your champers, baby. Come celebrate. Yeah!
Oh, God.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah,
Rush,
cheers, guys.
We hate you, and we're glad you're dead.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he read the names of people who died of AIDS on his show as a
Absolutely.
celebration.
Yeah, absolutely. Hated women, hated
I mean, he's
minorities of any kind.
very
hated
responsible
gay
for the
people.
hate-filled speech that got us where we are today.
And
so,
if he's not eternally suffering, then I hope there's just nothing after this life, and he's nothing. That'd be great too. All right,
yeah, it felt like forever since a bad person died.
we needed a victory. We
Keep
got one.
losing all some good ones. So, got some confetti on my face. Okay.
All right,
I
well,
love confetti.
That's beautiful. Let's get into our. We'll keep the champers for the
Oh,
next
sure,
segment.
absolutely. And,
This is where we talk about pop culture, music, sports, whatever. This is
is
entertainment. Let's run down some of your entertainment stories.
Ooh, pop culture gas.
Comedian and sex pest Chris D'Elia is back in the news, unfortunately. Now, I'm not sure if our audience is super familiar with him. He's a little bit more of like a barstool sports kind of guy, as I'm saying, a bit of a straight, if you know what I mean. Anyways, last year he got exposed for soliciting sex from minors, or as most normal people call it, being a pedophile. And all this evidence came out, and now he's broken his silence and posted his apology video, aptly named after a Stained song.
It's been a while since I Okay, and I'll be honest, I couldn't finish this apology video. I'm talking about some man's apology every week, where he just whines for 10 minutes about how hard it is to get famous and message all the high school girls who come to your show. By the way, and you aren't going to believe this next part, his dad is a famous television producer and director who has 8 Emmys. I haven't been so disgusted by a white man in comedy's reckless sex life since Thomas Middleditch.
And I was upset by that.
He's gross.
Poly people. It's unfortunate.
It's not that hard to be
In
famous.
some Australian news, Zac Efron's brother Dylan has apologized for becoming the unwitting face of the Australian border crisis. Now, apparently he's helping Zac film his Netflix show Down to Earth.
Which is excellent, might I add.
Excellent.
I love anything
It's a
Zach
food
does.
documentary. And he posted about it, which made a lot of Australians who can't get back into their country right now pretty mad. They're stranded and waiting for one of the country's quarantine hotels they offer to open up so they can re-enter their country, while apparently we just give those spots away to celebrities' brothers for free. So I would say expect to see some absolutely vital travel to Australia from Frankie Grande soon.
Yeah, he's awful.
She's got a world tour coming, I'm sure.
Oh, bad. Well, Kim and Kanye are getting divorced. Kimye. It's like the old adage says, getting your wife a hologram of her dead father will not save your marriage.
I've tried it.
Yeah, it's too late if that's
work.
what you're doing.
And also in some other troubling divorce news, Daft Punk has decided to call it quits, we heard today, citing irreconcilable differences. But in a statement, they said while it is hard, it will ultimately make their relationship stronger and better and faster.
Well, Dolly Parton this week has refused the Tennessee state legislator the right to erect a statue in her similarity. And we never need a statue of a person who is currently alive, or dead for that matter. I have never felt comforted by the disgusting metal sculpture of something trying to resemble a melting human form. And it feels like Dolly Parton is always the example of how to be a regular, down-to-earth, humble celebrity and just have a modest theme park named after yourself.
That's it. That's all you need to do.
Well, RuPaul's Drag Race.
That's right. About Drag Race.
It's the longest season on Earth.
Oh my God, we're getting 3 seasons in one. It's like The Voice.
Oh my God! I saw somebody, Bob the Drag Queen said, by this episode in season 8, we had a top 4 already.
Christ. So this last week was the Unverified Rusical. We love
The
these.
social network, Unverified Rusical.
This thing took forever, but in the end,
Rosé
came out on
won.
top.
I
and
love my
rightfully so.
Scottish queen, Rosé.
Yeah, incredible voice, nailed the choreo. Didn't love her
I
outfit.
loved
for the
that
thing, but
audition against Denali
That's
as well.
a beautiful moment.
Elliot
And
chose violence.
who went home?
Nobody.
Nobody. Come
We got
on.
this close to Candy Muse home.
This whole season is kind of like an exercise in like how much you like Candy Muse, and if you don't,
They're really
you're
pushing
like,
it with her.
get her out of here. And so yeah.
And they had the audacity to put Simone in the bottom as well.
I mean, whatever.
The front
she had
runner.
a bad week, but not that bad.
Not that bad. Who's going home next? Anybody? Are we
Snatch
ever? Is
Game?
it Snatch Game?
Yeah, it's Snatch Game.
So exciting.
Super exciting. I think it's probably Elliot with 2 T's. I just can't see what she's gonna
They
do
better
after
eliminate
this.
3 queens to catch up at this point.
I know. Let it get him
Yeah,
out of
Elliot
here.
feels about done.
Yeah, probably. But I can't wait for Snatch Game. Very excited for that.
Okay,
And
great.
that is our entertainment wrap up.
And now,
What is the meaning of life? Is there life after death? God, what should I have for lunch today? Are the ghosts real?
Welcome, sinners, to the segment of the soul, where I, Sister John Mary Farnsworth, take an extended meditation on a particularly gripping geopolitical news story involving one of the most recognizable religious figures in the world today, the Dalai Lama. Now, many of you know who he is, but today I want to focus a little bit on the history and the future of this most esteemed line of reincarnated Buddhists. Now, the current Dalai Lama, Tenzin Gyatso, is the 14th in an unbroken line of reincarnation, dating back a little more than over 6 centuries. Over the last century, he's been equal parts outspoken political figure, spiritual leader to millions, and a symbol of Tibetan autonomy, as well as Buddhism in general to much of the Western world. So, you know, he's like, got that going for him. Now, after an unsuccessful revolt in 1959 against the Chinese occupation of Tibet, the young Lama fled to India. He remains in exile to this day as China's control over Tibet has only tightened over the years. So now he's 85 years old, and although his health is supposedly excellent, questions of the Dalai Lama's next incarnation are being talked about more seriously than ever. If you're unfamiliar with the process, the search begins for a new Lama after the old one has passed away, with former Lamas sometimes leaving signs for the high-level monks charged with finding their predecessors, all kinds of cool shit like that. The current Dalai Lama said in his autobiography that as a young boy, he recognized a monk in disguise who had come to his village to find him, as well as like knowing intrinsically several items that belong to the 13th incarnation. So here's where it gets messy. China would love to further cement their control over Tibet by finding their own Dalai Lama, lots of Buddhists in China, and indeed has forcefully said that their Chinese Buddhists would have the final say in the selection. And the US would love to poke China in the eye by backing the successor chosen by the current Dalai Lama and his exiled circle. Folks, we could end up with a double Lama here. That's right, 2 Lamas, a classic Mrs. Doubtfire scenario, or as the Dalai Lama has currently dropped hints to, he might choose not to reincarnate at all. And that choice is totally up to him. Now that might just be a savvy political move, and after he dies and says there won't be a new one of his trusted advisors like discover a note informing them of his new incarnation. I mean, I suspect they don't really want to give in to Beijing. Either way, we're likely going to see a massive upheaval in a 600-year line of reincarnation that could also lead to a heating up of the Cold War between US and China. This is the power of religion in our world today, whether we believe in it or not. This has been the segment of the soul.
From the very beginning, I could tell I saw the world a bit differently, and that didn't sit well with other people. People always said, oh, there's something crazy about that lady.
All 101 Dalmatians dead! Boiled alive! For my new coat.
Are you telling me you think killing those puppies was funny?
I do, and I'm tired of pretending it's not.
I'm Cruella. And I'm crazy!
What a trailer!
Oh, yeah. that was
I'll see
incredible. I will see it.
I'll stream it on HBO Max or whatever they're doing now.
I bet it's going to be Disney Plus.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Oh my God.
I hope they don't have to pay for it. Like, what do they have? That dragon one? Raya?
Oh yeah, that looks like it's
That
gonna be
looks
fun.
fun. But you have to pay for it, like Mulan.
Of course. Now, let's moving on here. We're talking about our Collective Arts Beer of the Week. Let's do some tasting. Let's see what this is all about today. We're drinking Life in the Clouds.
Yeah, this is beautiful. This is the
Double dry hopped IPA.
this is the kind of beer I order when I go places.
Yeah.
Now, where are you when you are drinking this, John?
Damn it, I'm just literally here at our Wicked Lady during
Yeah,
regular
that's
times.
a good one.
When I can just go to a bar like regular life. That's all I want.
Yeah.
It's dark. It's like late. It's like 2 a.m. on like a fucking Wednesday.
Yeah,
I'm here.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you ever take the ferry? And in New York, when you take the ferry, you can drink on the ferry.
That summer ferry. Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, and I like to bring my own beer on the ferry sometimes. And the
best.
Staten Island ferry takes like half an hour. It's a perfect like time to drink a tall boy
Have
like
some
this.
class.
And just,
Take the
like,
Rockaway one.
Look
My God.
at, oh, that's a nice one too. Looking at the Statue of Liberty as I'm sipping on my
Collective Arts.
hazy double dry hopped IPA.
Life in the Clouds. Who's
Oh.
your artist?
They have some 9 in their name. Sean 9 Lugo.
My person's name is Burnt Toast.
Well, we don't have the same one.
I know. It's nice.
Oh, mine's a squirrel with
yeah,
pigeons.
Mine's a little guy being carried away. Either
Beautiful.
ways,
Thank
get
you
your
to Collective
Arts.
Arts.
Thanks. And
Beautiful.
This is delish.
This is great. Okay, well, and now it is time for our plug of the week.
We don't have a graphic for that yet. We do all the work ourselves.
It's gonna be electrocuting.
We're super excited for this
Oh,
one
this
week.
one's very funny.
This is from one of our favorite comedians here in Brooklyn. You
Tim
might have seen him
Platt.
all over TV. Yeah,
Could
his
have seen him here at one point.
Yeah, absolutely. His name's Tim Platt. This is a wonderful little video called Cat Dog.
Dog.
Enjoy.
A dog and a cat get together. You know what they'll do. They'll pump and they'll suck and they'll hump and they'll fuck and give birth to you know who. A squirrel is what happens when a dog makes love to a cat. Some say that I'm wrong, so I wrote out this song, 'cause it's not quite as simple as that. The dog and the cat must be married if a squirrel be the baby they need. But if a dog and a cat make love unbetrothed, they'll give birth to a nugget of weed.
That's right, a nugget of weed.
That's right! So when you rip that bong, just remember this song, that the weed in your bowl has a story untold. When a dog fucks a cat and they leave it at that. The baby that's born is weed.
Oh wow, I love that video.
Yeah, yeah. no,
I
it's a
do
classic.
sing along to it.
I get stuck in my head the little lava.
That's right, nugget of weed.
Oh boy, well, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you, Tim.
Very funny. Oh my gosh, and I love the animation too. Oh
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving into our final segment.
Our final segment, our favorite segment.
Oh, come on. It's the
boy.
funnest time of the day. It's time for Fan Submissions. Oh, beautiful. Okay, graphic came in, music's on.
I love that song.
That's beautiful. That's
I do.
beautiful. We'll find out the
Casey,
correct
can you
one.
bring us? Can you bring me my laptop?
Oh, yeah,
Thank you.
please. Oh, my God. So we're doing, first of all, we got some people sent us their
Thank
pets
you,
this
Casey.
week.
Casey, say
Thank
hey
you,
to the
Casey,
people.
do say hi.
Show them your shorts.
Yeah, nice. He's rocking shorts this week.
He's wearing shorts.
It was raining out there, like snowing.
Okay.
He got wet on the way.
This is Freddie is a Saluki who came all the way from Qatar.
Oh my gosh.
Cause, QAWS, is a volunteer-run dog rescue in Qatar. Freddie loves to run around and bark at anything in his backyard, and
I'll
he
bet
loves
he
sniffing
does.
plants because almost all of them are brand new to him.
Wow, he's gorgeous.
Yeah, and I guess he's really gained like a beautiful coat now.
I
He
mean,
wasn't
it
always
looks that way.
quite as healthy.
Well, he was a rescue, and we do
but
always
that's
support
great.
that.
And we also have, this is Sir Winston of Lapnaps.
Oh, good. Yeah. Hell
He is really only interested in treats and snuggles. Enjoy his scruffiness.
Oh, look at he's a little lap dog.
Thank you
Ow!
to Sue and Colleen to send in these
Yes,
pets today.
absolutely.
These
Thank
are
you.
so adorable.
Out of this world.
And if you would like to send in your pets, that would be
Send it to our email account.
tallboysshow@gmail.com.
That's right. Send a little description. Send a little copy. You know, I know you like to write about your pet. Gosh, go
Okay,
ahead.
great. And am I missing anything? Is there a bean?
Oh,
Oh,
there's
there's
Bean.
Beanie.
Okay. Beautiful
Great.
boy. He makes it in every
Show
week.
mascot, Bean. Bean Terwilliger. Beanington.
Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
here.
so much. Yeah, send in your fan submissions to tallboyshow@gmail.com. And, well, I think that about does it.
Gosh, yeah.
We got
wow,
a
what
right tight one today,
What a
huh?
beautiful, beautiful show it's been. We celebrated
Yeah.
Rush Limbaugh dying. Cheers
Bye,
to
girl.
that.
Bye. Woo.
We can't wait to see you next week. That's,
Can't wait to see you next week. If you guys have been enjoying the show, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends if you like it. If you think that somebody else would enjoy it, please
Yeah,
tell them about
definitely.
it. We're just getting started here.
Subscribe to Our Wicked Ladies YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
I love the views, and we also thank you to them.
Yeah,
thanks for
I mean, they've
hosting
got a
us here.
GoFundMe up. They've got merch available. This calendar is hot.
Yeah, that's right. They've got a bunch of cool merch.
Yeah.
They've got a little
Our
GoFundMe
friends
going right
Danny
now.
and Olivia are April.
They give a lot to the community, and we would love to help them back out. Thank you
Absolutely.
to Collective Arts for giving us some sweet craft Tallbees to sip on. Love that. Thank you. Good luck
Literally
on
my
you.
favorite one we've done. Thank you to Means of Production for always helping us out with equipment.
Making us look so sexy.
It's what makes us look so sexy.
That and Casey Worthington right behind the camera.
Casey Worthington right behind the camera. Wasey Curthington.
You can go follow him at all his social medias. That's what they are.
Irving Worthing.
Um,
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Devin. And thank you. What do we have to take us out this week?
Oh, I have a very special one. This is a picture of hot young Jordan Peele.
Ooh. Hot and smart and talented. Beautiful.
Okay.
We'll see you next week. Have fun from the Tall Boys.
It isn't in the morning, isn't at night. It's a talk show for the afternoon. Everything's alright. It's a little bit of knowledge and a lot of noise. It's too tall boys.
Tall boys.
You could have. You very well could have. I'm taller. Not what the whole competition's about.
Well, I
Simple
embody.
name.
It's not
I
filmed
embody
in front of a
being
live studio
tall
audience.
person.
There's no audience whatsoever.
Did you see somebody? There was a good tweet today that was yesterday. That was like, if you're over 5'11", I'm sorry, your pronouns are fee, fi, fo, fum.